Hey guys, this is Andy McCann coming to you from Woodstock, Georgia, where I own CrossFit Garage, and I'm trying to help you be healthy and fit as best as I can, either here in Woodstock or remotely. So I had a couple questions come in, and they are really funny. Typically, I'm answering serious questions. It's like life or death, it's health. I mean, we want to know this stuff. So I'm going to try to do all three of them. I've got more than that. I got 10, but I got 3 questions that I think are going to be pretty funny and interesting, and just may make you laugh for today, because sometimes you don't need to be serious. All right, here's the first one. Andy, what is the best fitness program for defeating zombies with a shovel while carrying a goat? Okay, so I'm going to say the goat is going to be a distraction material, so throw the goat to the zombies so you can get away. And the shovel is for, killing the zombies, right? So what fitness program would I use? If you watched Zombieland, it's all about cardio, right? You need to cardio up. Don't worry about muscle. Don't worry about what you eat. Get as many calories as you possibly can. So I guess the program I would use is sprint intervals, because I don't have to jog for a long ways, but I'm going to get a big bang for the buck for the sprint style training. So what they have found over time, and you can look at videos, pictures, or whatever of sprinters and see the body type of a sprinter versus a body type of a marathon runner. Here's the interesting thing. The sprinter is going to be able to do more things in life. Maybe not run a marathon great, but they still can. Whereas a marathon runner isn't going to be able to lift and carry and all that stuff. So there's a high value in this sprint or intensity mentality, and that's kind of why CrossFit uses that. But I would go for sprint intervals, and I would probably carry my shovel to make sure I could run with it. And if I didn't have to throw the goat to the zombies to distract, then of course I would eat the goat. Okay, here's another funny one. If you had to escape the FEMA camp, how would you train? Okay, so yes, I am not the type of guy where I think FEMA's taking over, but if FEMA puts you in a camp, which I guess, hey, they build those things, right? What would I use? So they're going to be watching, and your training is more to get you away rather than it is for your health and fitness. So I would probably say I would do a lot of push-ups and burpees, and then maybe even plank holds, because I would imagine while you're escaping, one, it's going to be dark, so I would practice getting better night vision. So I think you can do this thing where you take your fingers and you make a tiny, tiny hole between your index finger and your thumb. You put those together on your right and left hand, and you look through it. And I've heard that trains your eye to be, see better. I don't know if it's true, but I would definitely train your own dark vision. So be able to, like when the lights go out, remember where stuff is and see if you can start picking up hints of it with the moonlight, right? So because you're going to be able to, when you escape, you're going to need to be able to see in the dark. Okay, the other thing is you're probably going to need to wait patiently in very awkward positions. So plank positions or sit on the wall position. So any like really tough static position, because you're going to need to be able to be silent and stay until, I don't know, the guard passes or whatever. So you're still, it's dark, you got those things covered. The other is you probably want to actually be thinner without losing your muscle mass. So I would probably trade out, even to a 10-to-1 ratio, all of your bread for somebody else's protein. So, hey, here's 10 loaves of bread for your 1 chicken breast or something, right? So maximize the carnivore effect, the whole thing that Jack talks about with his YouTube videos on getting in keto and losing all that extra fat. So you want to slim yourself down so you can squeeze through the bars, the imaginary bars that are out there. So I would do a lot of sit still, like plank holds and stuff, drop weight, and work on my night vision. In the end times, can you build muscle on a carnivore diet if your only equipment is an axe, a tire, and a stubborn chicken? So, okay, let's kind of position that one. It's end times, whatever that means to you. I don't really think you need to be building muscle, so I'm going to go, don't even worry about it, just get through it. But can you build muscle? Man, yes, the answer is yes. You can build muscle at any time. If I had an axe and a tire, so I'd flip the axe over and use the dull side and do a lot of tire smashes. And then I guess if the tire is heavy enough, I would do slow back squats or deadlifts, maybe step in the middle of the tire and then grab onto it and pull it up depending on how heavy it is. So I would do a time under tension type of environment. Since I can't change the weight of the tire, what I can do is slow my movement down. So it's just incredibly tough because, I'm putting a lot more of that the weight on me over that longer period of time. So time under tension is, instead of doing a back squat like I go down for 1 second and I go up in 1 second, instead I drop down into my squat in 5 seconds. So it's super slow, and man, does that hurt. That'll build muscle just differently than if you did straight hypertrophy. Now, the stubborn chicken, I guess, I would hope the chicken is a hen, and I would let it lay some eggs, and I would eat those eggs as some protein. So the answer is yes, you can, but I would do it differently. Okay, I'm about to hit my time limit here. So guys, this is Andy McCann. I do have a podcast called Fitness, Food, and Finance. You can hear all the dumb questions there. And if you go to my website, CrossFitGarage.com/free, there's a bunch of stuff I've made for you guys. Hopefully see you guys at the fall workshop, where I've got a presentation that's going to be called You Are the First Prep, or something like that. We'll see.